Welcome back to this week's edition of the Risk Spotlight Operational Risk News Update. My name is Emily Jones, and today I'll be bringing you essential updates and insights from the world of operational risk, drawn from the past week. All information shared here is sourced from the Risk Spotlight portal, the premier forward-looking service dedicated to operational risk content. Let's get started. The European Union has adopted a directive that criminalizes violations of EU sanctions across all member states. Previously, enforcement of sanctions varied, with some countries treating violations as criminal offenses, while others only imposed administrative penalties. Some key violations that would now be considered crimes include making funds available to sanctioned individuals or entities, failing to freeze their assets, violating travel bans, conducting prohibited trade or financial transactions with sanctioned countries or entities, and intentionally circumventing sanctions. The directive sets minimum criminal penalties as well. For individuals, maximum prison sentences of at least 1 year, potentially up to 5 years for serious offenses. For corporations, fines of up to 5% of global turnover, or 40 million euros. Companies could also face exclusion from public contracts, funds, or even be banned from operating. EU countries have until May 2025 to incorporate these rules into their national laws. The next update covers the release of a new report from the Basel Committee, highlighting the new risks that the digitalization of banking brings. The entry of big tech into finance and the digitalization of banking are creating new vulnerabilities and amplifying existing risks in the banking system. The growth of cloud computing, where key banking services are aided by outside tech companies, the rise of AI, the use of distributed ledger technology, DLT, and the spread of open banking, where external fintechs share customer data with banks, are all contributing to these new risks. These risks can include greater strategic and reputational risks, a larger scope of factors that could test banks' operational risk and resilience, and potential system-wide risks due to increased interconnections. The report also points out that external operators used by banks create new nodes of channels and interconnections, as they may not be subject to the same level of regulatory standards as lenders. The next update is from the AI Seoul Summit. 27 nations in the EU have pledged to collaborate on setting risk thresholds for advanced AI models to prevent harmful impacts. They aim to establish interoperable risk management frameworks and promote credible external evaluations of AI models. The focus is on preventing AI systems from evading human oversight or aiding in the development of chemical or biological weapons. The summit also emphasized the importance of innovation and inclusivity in AI, urging governments to invest in AI research and provide access to AI resources for various entities. Additionally, there's a call for AI developers to consider their environmental footprint, such as energy consumption, and to explore measures for upskilling the workforce for AI development. The UK Digital Secretary highlighted this as the beginning of Phase 2 of the AI safety agenda, where concrete steps will be taken to mitigate AI risks. The next summit in France is expected to further these efforts, aiming to minimize potential risks while maximizing opportunities and benefits from AI. The next update covers decision by Microsoft to link executive compensation to successful cybersecurity performance. This decision comes after the tech giant faced criticism from both the U.S. government and rival tech companies, including Google and CrowdStrike, for failing to prevent a Chinese hack of its systems last summer. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security's Cyber Safety Review Board described the hack as preventable and pointed to a corporate culture at Microsoft that deprioritized enterprise security investments and rigorous risk management. In response to the criticism, Microsoft is now making changes. One of these changes is the decision to tie executive compensation to a successful cybersecurity strategy. This approach to pay for top business leaders isn't common, but it has started conversations at other companies. This move by Microsoft underscores the growing importance of cybersecurity in today's digital world. It's a clear signal to other companies about the need to prioritize cybersecurity and the potential consequences of failing to do so. The next update is on an often overlooked consequences of phishing attacks on employee well-being. Recent research by Egress revealed startling findings. 51% of employees faced disciplinary action, 27% chose to leave, and 39% were terminated following a phishing incident. These numbers highlight the severe personal repercussions of such security breaches. The fear and stress of causing harm to their employer can lead to chronic stress, anxiety, and even burnout. The key takeaway here is the need for a shift in organizational culture. Instead of shaming and punishing, companies should adopt a supportive stance, providing individualized security coaching and leveraging intelligent technology to prevent sophisticated phishing emails from reaching employees in the first place. This approach not only protects the company, but also safeguards the mental well-being of its workforce. The next update continues the theme of mental health at work. A recent report on this topic highlighted that a staggering 74% of employees report experiencing negative mental health at work, with a notable increase in burnout rates from 43% in 2022 to 62% in 2023. The conversation around mental wellness has never been more critical, especially considering that over 50% of the population is expected to be diagnosed with a mental health disorder in their lifetime. A recent workplace report sheds light on the alarming rates of burnout among women executives, with over a third feeling the impact. Burnout, distinct from stress, is characterized by deep fatigue, negativity, and reduced professional efficacy, and it's not something a vacation or fewer work hours can fix. The American Psychological Association's survey echoes this sentiment, revealing that 92% of workers value an organization that supports their mental health, and 95% emphasize the importance of respect at work and clear boundaries between work and personal time. A Monster poll highlights that 3 out of 4 workers view their mental health at work negatively, attributing it to toxic work environments, bad management, and fears of layoffs or economic instability. Moreover, 67% feel they work in a toxic environment, and 78% believe their employers aren't doing enough for mental wellness. Interestingly, most employees prioritize their work well-being over promotions or salary raises, indicating a significant shift in workplace values. However, the effectiveness of mental health resources is questioned if the root cause, the daily toxicity, remains unaddressed. The next update covers issuance of new guidance from the U.S. Department of Labor for businesses that create or deploy AI in the workplace. The department released a document titled Department of Labor's Artificial Intelligence and Worker Well-Being, Principles for Developers and Employers. This document outlines several AI principles to provide employers and developers with guidance for designing and implementing these emerging technologies in ways that enhance job quality and protect workers' rights. The AI principles emphasize ethical development, transparency, and meaningful worker engagement in AI system design, use, governance, and oversight. They also stress the protection of workers' rights and the use of AI to enhance work. Importantly, these principles apply during the entire life cycle of AI, from development, testing, and deployment of AI systems in the workplace, to oversight, use, and auditing. While these principles are not prescriptive, they serve as a guiding framework for businesses. Similar frameworks may be adopted by other countries globally in the future. And there you have it, a whirlwind tour of last week's operational risk landscape. If you want to read more about the topics I have covered and review additional content on emerging operational risk topics, then please log into the RiskSpotlight portal if you are a subscriber, or go to RiskSpotlight.com to sign up for a free trial. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, stay safe and keep those risks in check.